Oh yeah, Cookie Crisp, one of the best freaking cereal ever made. I mean, come on, it's cookies for breakfast. I mean, is that the freaking most coolest idea or what? It's like whoever's idea was to make this cereal was like, you know, kids like cookies, right? Well, how about we make a freaking cookie cereal? Yeah, let's make it, baby. And after that, the rest is history, right? True, until they stopped. Well, not the cereal in general. Let's just say the marketing. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone is definitely going to agree with me, but I'm going to say it's been a long time since we ever saw a Cookie Crisp commercial. I mean, I haven't even ever seen a Cookie Crisp commercial, like, in a long time. Like, I've seen other commercials like Fruit Loops, Lucky Charms, you name it, but what the frick happened to Cookie Crisp? I mean, it's still being sold till this very day, but what the frick happened to the marketing? What happened to the commercials? Like, what the frick? Now, you guys are thinking, like, okay, maybe the commercials are in the kids' channels, like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. Well, it could be, but to make sure of that, I literally looked it up to see if there's, like, new commercials of Cookie Crisp, and there's none. Not a single answer. Just the same old oldies from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Yeah. So that's kind of a shame that Cookie Crisp has never, and I repeat, never had a commercial since I think like the early 2010s. And it's kind of a shame because I loved these commercials as a kid. I used to watch these all the time. Sure, they're nothing original because it's like, you know, like the Trix Rabbit and all that stuff. But still, these commercials were really, really fun to me. Now, as a kid, I grew up with the wolf. But then I found out that this commercial had loads of mascots. Like, yeah, like they had so many freaking mascots, like the company couldn't even choose one. They had to choose freaking many of them, and the wolf is the final answer. Now, I know you guys have seen the Nostalgia Critic video Top 11 Cereal Mascots, but if some of you guys haven't, here are all the mascots that this freaking cereal had. The first mascot is a wizard named Jarvis. Yeah, Jarvis the Wizard.
Why didn't you say so? Oh, you can't have cookies for breakfast, but you can have Cookie Crisp. You can have that crunchy cookie taste with lots of chocolatey chips.
Okay, the jingle's pretty nice and Jarvis looks pretty cool, but it did not come on with a lot of people. So later it was changed to, let's just call it the Cops and Robbers phase, with an officer named Officer Crumbles and a criminal named Cookie Crook. Now, these commercials caught on like wildfire. Like, these commercials were the absolute best. Even the first time seeing them, yeah, they're actually all pretty fun to watch. But except for one thing. What's the catchphrase? I mean, every lot of mascots over the years, they actually gotten like freaking like their own catchphrase. It's like the Trix Rabbit, you know, it's Silly Rabbit, tricks are for kids. Or Lucky Charms, they're magically delicious. Or Fruit Loops, which just follow your nose wherever you go. Or Cocoa Puffs, Cocoa Puffs. Where is the catchphrase? Well, for a while, they never gave the characters a catchphrase, like ever. But then later, Crook got a dog named Chip. And this dog is really something because this dog is not just some sidekick for Crook. Oh, no. This dog, they gave him a catchphrase. And well, it's the good old classic catchphrase that everyone definitely knows. Say it with me, everyone. Cookie Crisp. Yeah, this catchphrase will definitely give you some nostalgia. Like, it's a really genius catchphrase. Like, instead of just saying Cookie Crisp, it's Cookie Crisp. Like, that is genius. I'm not gonna lie, really genius.
That's a well-trained dog.
But then they changed again, but this time focused more on the dog. Yeah, they got rid of the police officer character, kind of. He shows up in one commercial, we'll discuss about that later. And the criminal character, Crook.
Hey, this is big news.
Cookie Crisp
Chip's here with his new better tasting Cookie Crisp cereal.
Now with a mouthful of chips in every bite.
You really think that could be actually a downgrade without the whole cops and robbers thing? But actually, these commercials were actually kind of well done for its time. So most of these begin with Chips feeding the kids Cookie Crisp, and this one guy says,
Cookies for breakfast?
and this guy,
See, I make the calls, and I say cookies aren't for breakfast.
but before hope is lost, Chip freaking forcibly feeds these adults the freaking Cookie Crisp. Now, if you were actually one of them, would you actually freaking buy that? Maybe not really, but for these guys, they bought it! They actually like the Cookie Crisp so much, they're like, do you know what? Cookies are for breakfast.
Doggone good cookies for breakfast.
Now, there was actually one time that one of the old characters actually came back, and that, of course, is Officer Crumble.
Chip, letting kids have chocolate chip cookies for breakfast? I don't think so. Cookie Crisp. Oh, it's Officer Crumb. Hand over the Cookie Crisp.
But officer!
No cookies for breakfast while I'm on duty.
You really can have cookies for breakfast with Cookie Crisp cereal, the part of a balanced breakfast that tastes like a real chocolate chip cookie.
Doggone good cookies for breakfast. Cookie Crisp.
So yeah, so far Chip is freaking nailing his solo commercials. So that'd be he's the final mascot, right? Well, kind of. Because one, well, actually only one, he is still known as Chip. But he is now known as Chip the Wolf. And instead of his same old gags, in this time he is, well, let's just say, stealing the cookies like old times.
Cereal? Double chocolate Cookie Crisp. New chocolatey cookie cereal with chocolatey chips. New double chocolate Cookie Crisp.
Now, don't get me wrong, like I said, I grew up with the Wolf. I freaking loved this guy when I was a kid, okay? I adored him. But nowadays, I can see why do people don't like the Wolf. One is, why did we design him as a wolf? I mean, I get it, wolf and dogs are the same thing, but what right reason? I mean, he actually looked so good back in the day, and then you change it to a freaking wolf? Like, are you freaking insane? And not just that, the way he says Cookie Crisp kind of sounds a little bit weird, don't you agree? Also, I could definitely tell that the wolf was voiced by two people. Like, you could definitely tell because each of the commercials, they actually have two different voices. One sounds like this.
Like chocolate chip cookies, taste like them too, but it's a breakfast cereal.
And the other one sounds like this.
Chip here. This big wooden cookie will trick the kids out of every chocolatey chip of their Chipalicious Cookie Crisp cereal.
Yeah, really weird. Anyway, these commercials sadly lasted until 2013. Yeah, it definitely really sucks actually, because these commercials, even though like I said, Chip the Wolf is the one I grew up with, still I would definitely love to see more of them, and maybe, hopefully, they'll definitely would have redesigned them back to a freaking dog! Like, seriously, the dog is totally better. Wolf is just, yeah. Anyway, what to say about Cookie Crisp? They're by far the most delicious cereal ever made, and not just that, the commercials are so freaking nostalgic to watch. Like I said, I actually kind of dislike the Wolf nowadays, but still, I'm gonna say, I actually still like the Wolf. Because, come on, I love this dude so much as a kid, so how could I not hate him?